Now, preparations are underway for the start of the Judicial Conduct Tribunal into Judge Hlophe's conduct. Hlophe is facing a tribunal over a 2008 complaint. He's accused of trying to influence the Constitutional Court in favor of former President Jacob Zuma. The room will see a number of legal minds seated at the tables. Special Projects Editor Dianne Hawker is attending the tribunal at the Premier Hotel OR Tambo in Kempton Park. Dianne, a very good morning to you. All eyes are on this matter and, of course, that very courtroom. Give us a sense of what's expected inside there as this matter is set to get underway.
Well, good morning, Mpho. So we're seeing now some of the legal teams beginning to arrive and starting to set up. The room is kind of in a U-shaped pattern with all the different desks where the different lawyers are going to be seated. To my right, we're going to have the legal teams for Judge Hlophe. He'll be sitting on this area with his legal team, and some of them have actually started arriving now and unpacking their files, getting ready to actually begin with today's work. Behind me on this desk over here, we're going to have the three panelists who are part of the tribunal. Now, the tribunal is going to be led by Judge Hlophe, and there will be Judge Mpho Sithole and Ms. Mpho, who is an attorney who will also be a member of the tribunal. Behind me over here, we're going to have the two evidence leaders. Now, the two evidence leaders are actually prosecutors, and this is in terms of the Judicial Service Commission Act, which actually requires that the evidence leaders in a tribunal like this are prosecutors. It was actually something that came up as an issue previously, where the two judges who have to testify in this matter actually raised the issue of why prosecutors are being used in a case, in a tribunal that's not actually a criminal matter, but that's an issue of conduct. So we also have, just to my left over here, the area where the witnesses will be testifying from. We also understand that there are going to be witnesses who might be on a Zoom instead of appearing in person. So a lot of the final setup is happening here this morning. We've been doing audio testing and all kinds of things like that. It looks like things will definitely get underway as we see the members of the legal teams bringing in their files this morning.
You're saying that it's an issue of conduct, and we know that it's taken more than a decade to get to this matter. Retired Deputy Chief Justice Dikgang Moseneke has been very vocal, one of the people very vocal about this, questioning the time frame, saying that this was really by no means a difficult issue to decide. Take us back to exactly what got us to this very point.
Well, I mean, I think that the issue of the delay has really been something that has been very problematic in this matter. Considering that the complaint came out in 2008, there was in fact a hearing in 2009. There was also a decision in 2009, and then we saw a flurry of different court cases back and forth over that 2009 decision. Now, the 2009 decision essentially concluded that there was no need to continue with the complaint, that there wasn't going to be a definitive outcome as to whether there was influence or not, and as a result it was finalized. However, those who took it to court felt that saying that it's finalized is not the same as confirming whether or not misconduct had actually taken place, and that is what was then brought back to the Judicial Service Commission to go and redo that process, have the tribunal that we're seeing here now, and definitively determine whether or not there was misconduct. Now, the issue of misconduct on the judiciary is quite a serious charge, because it is the kind of charge that could lead to a judge actually losing their position as a member of the judiciary. And if you are dismissed on a misconduct charge, it does mean that you're no longer able to serve on the bench, you're no longer able to get your benefits, and you will not continue to be paid into your retirement as other judges are. So it's quite a significant matter.
With this matter being this significant, I know that you have been in conversation with Judge Dianne Hawker, sitting down to hear his side and really get a sense of where he stands in this matter. In your conversation, what stood out for you?
Well, I think that there were a couple of things. I mean, obviously there was this complaint that is going to be argued here, but there was also the issue of subsequent complaints that have come to the fore, which were brought by his deputy at the Western Cape High Court, but a complaint that he also laid against her, and the issue of how that matter is being resolved. We do know that later on this month, Judicial Conduct Committee is actually going to look into the issue of the second complaint and how that was finalized, because he's raised that on appeal, saying that the decision by the Chief Justice Mogoeng was incorrect, and that's set down for the 14th. So we're actually going to be seeing quite a lot of activity around Judge Hlophe this month. With regards to his view on this particular matter and this hearing, he said that he will continue to give the same version that he's given before, that there was no intention for him to influence the judges of the Constitutional Court. Obviously, at the time, it was quite unprecedented that a full bench of the Constitutional Court would raise a complaint against a sitting judge, and a senior judge at that, a judge president of the High Court. And that's why this issue has been, I think, within the media for such a long time, because there has been this feeling that it's really incomplete. It's been left incomplete, and hopefully the process taking place this week will bring some finality to that.
Very well. Let's leave it there for now. Of course, this is a matter that we will be going into as soon as those proceedings are underway. Special Projects Editor Dianne Hawker giving us a scene setter and what's expected as the start of the Judicial Conduct Tribunal into Judge John Hlophe's conduct gets underway this morning.